Hello everybody, here we are going to analyze this video about you know why so many girls are single these days. This is a nice video that I watched previously, and I think that the concepts that Myron is explaining here are really important for you to have in mind. So let's watch it and see what's your view on these topics. I think that those topics are really interesting. So we are watching more of this kind. Let's go.
He was very polite about it. None of y'all know what the hell you guys are talking about when we're talking about what men want and women. Like only one girl mentioned being a good mom. None of you guys mentioned not being a hoe. None of you guys mentioned not being embarrassing. None of you guys didn't mention like not being obnoxious. None of you guys mentioned like being like pretty much almost, I hate to say it, like this is gonna sound terrible, but serving your man. None of you guys mentioned any of that stuff.
Yes, here Myron is explaining some points that nowadays are not taken seriously. Like, for example, these points are not being taken seriously because the culture today is about making exactly the opposite that he's saying, because being good mom and being having these qualities sometimes is not seen as good because of the cultural waves we are seeing. You know, I won't see the exact name because you can get let's say muted here in this platform, but let's go.
And in my head, I'm like, God damn, this is why so many women are single, because like y'all really don't know what men want. And I would argue a lot of you guys don't even care. I had to say a couple of times, oh, it's not what you want, it's what he wants. But still, this is what I want. And this goes to what I'm trying to say, is that modern day women in general like don't really give a fuck what men want. It's more about what they want, and they don't care necessarily what how probable it is or whatever.
Yes, when Myron's talking about the modern day woman, he's talking about the qualities that we are seeing today in generally in women, that thinks they are like empowered or maybe strong and independent, and these kind of qualities that in so many cases are good qualities, but it can be an disadvantage if you want to have serious relationships with some guys that looks for traditional woman values. And modern day woman is a top is a woman that you know is not any more traditional.
They're just like, no, I want a guy 6 feet tall, makes 100,000 plus a year, attractive, etc. And I'm here to tell y'all that there's not enough of these guys to go around. And if you do find one, what makes you think that you're going to stick out and he's going to pick you? The answer is he's not, which is why so many women are single.
So I have a question.
Oh, you go first.
Oh, okay, my bad. I beat you to it. So like, is the reason that, okay, the question is the reason that women don't know is because like guys won't tell us? Like, because
That's a big part of it.
guys don't communicate that shit. So how are we supposed to know? Like Steve, no offense, he didn't tell us if we was right or wrong. He was just like,
You just said that.
he
You
was
know,
just like,
that's
it is what it is.
wrong.
All right, yo, you guys need to go to the fucking gym, go work out, stop being fat slobs. The average woman is 5'3", 175 pounds. Stop being fucking sluts.
Stop being
banging a bunch
fuck.
of dudes. Stop listening to City Girls saying WAP and Cardi B and all this other fuck shit. Stop dressing like a promiscuous slut on Instagram,
Girls trips.
trying to get attention, going on girls trips, and stop being a fucking embarrassment to me every time I go out saying stupid shit.
It's more than three
It
things.
seems like-
That's it.
Hold on. There's more probably, but what are y'all thoughts on that?
You nailed it.
I wish you didn't limit us to
Oh,
something.
we got
Hold
some
on,
words
okay.
out of Steve. We got some words out of Steve.
So wait, what was your response to that? Sorry, go ahead.
I said that's more than three things. I wish you didn't limit us to three things.
Yeah, you gave
Some
us
of
three.
that when it
You
came
chose to
out.
give you 3 things.
And you gave me my whole laundry list back.
And you told us what we shouldn't do. You didn't tell us what you want.
No, he said,
Yes.
"What do you think that the men want
Okay.
for you to like? What do you think he wants from you?"
Okay.
Basically, but you said
so
you
you know what's
only limited
fantastic?
us to
Hold
3
on,
things.
hold on. You know what's fantastic? I just told y'all.
Yeah, but
And
you-
instead of saying, okay, what the fuck do y'all do?
I heard everything.
Well, hold on. Wait,
you only gave us 3 things.
wait. I don't like body pop and no
You
shit
can't
and no. And I
told
did
y'all,
that
though.
to be funny. Do you see how when I said that, like the immediate response, knee-jerk reaction from y'all was to go on the defense and attack me for what I said about y'all? This is why men can't be honest with women. Y'all can't take constructive criticism, and honestly, women can't take living in reality a lot of the times. And the reality is, being a slut will hurt you long term. The reality is, being fat and obese will hurt you for locking down a guy. The reality is, when you're on Instagram putting pictures of your ass all over the place and a bunch of people have seen you half damn near naked and or naked on OnlyFans, it limits your ability to find a guy long term in the future. So you can have your fun now, but understand the more fun you have in your youth and beauty, the more despair you're going to have later on in the years because you won't be able to find a guy that's going to accept your past. And I'm just being honest with y'all. You care about a man's future. We care about a woman's past.
Yes, here is a point that is very true because in so many situations that this is a lot general because in many situations we can't say what we are thinking because of this let's say political correctness, and so we have to be very careful for what we are saying, or at least we have this perception that we can always say what we think. We need to think a lot about what we are saying. For example, here in this platform, if we use certain words, it's a lot likely we are going to get silenced, or and the content that it's created can get hidden from users, and this happens a lot nowadays, also in other platforms like Facebook or Instagram, and in many cases I think this can be something good for not hurting other person's feelings, but sometimes it is important to face the reality, and if you have something to correct, or like Mari is saying, if you are fat or maybe you're out of shape, it's good for you to go to the gym and get fit and take care of here he's saying that it is important for men that you don't have a past with many other guys, or you can take care of the house, and you can be a good mother, or maybe had some attributes that make you a good fit for the one you are looking for.
Okay, now that one I agree. The only reason I can fucking say it and give it to the guys tonight on that one is because that shit happened to me though. Like really, like I couldn't say like that whole 6-figure top notch whatever guy. Cool, it came, and then he was like, "Yeah, shawty, but like what they was saying you was doing back then." And mind you, back then was like 20, and before anything before 2020, anything before the fucking pandemic. So I felt.
You know what the scary part is? You mentioned the 6-figure guy, right? That has that kind of money, and he said that
Right.
to you. You want to know the difference between that 6-figure guy that you mentioned and a guy that maybe works at Subway making $20K per year?
Go ahead.
The guy that makes the money and has the status has the ability to tell you the truth because he could walk away and get another girl. The guy at Subway can't tell you shit because he doesn't necessarily have the ability to replace you. So he's gonna have to sit there and tolerate your past. But if you give a man the option, he's always, almost always, gonna prefer a girl with a clean slate. No one wants to start playing a video game on someone else's saved file. They want to
Right.
start a new mission.
That's not what I said. I didn't say that at all.
No, but that's what. But
Right.
but
I get
I'm
it.
I'm trying to establish that what you just said, that 100K guy,
Right.
all men think like that to a degree.
Right.
And then not just the higher earners. The only difference between the higher earners and the lower earners is the higher earners are able to be honest.
Okay.
Yes, here is a nice point also, because he's saying that basically all men thinks the same in this case. For example, the men that have many options, let's say, that can have the girl he want, the woman he want, he won't will tell you the truth, because if you don't like what he's saying and you go out, or he has a lot of other choices to choose from, so he won't think twice about telling you the truth. And if he don't like the things you are doing, he will tell you the truth, and maybe leave you and go for other chick. So, but generally, if you don't have a lot of options, you will be more will speak more carefully, and not to lose your few options. So so that's the reason why there are a lot of men that can there aren't a lot of men that can say directly the truth, and maybe hurt your feelings as a woman, but probably the ones that can tell you the truth, they are less, so you won't hear it from many men. But all the men think that these kind of things are important for them.
Understandable.
If you even get that. Most of them are not. They're just gonna string you along, fuck you for a while, and then eventually fade off.
Yeah. I mean, that's what the fuck happens.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
trying to tell y'all, and I might be, and you don't, I appreciate you being honest, but like this happens to so many girls. I mean, I'm sure in France it happens, fucking United States, anywhere in general in the West where like women have feminism and stuff. This is what happens.
We're just saying most girls, they want a guy of value. However, to them, they don't see when they do wrong, and it's like, why won't he wife him? Because you're doing whole shit. It's like, I'm not gonna wife you. I'll smash you, but I won't wife you. So it's kind of like, if you want a man of certain means, you got to play a certain role. And most girls don't know how to play that role. So that's all we're saying.
Yeah, and I don't want to pick on her, but she did say earlier that a man wants a girl that's crazy, sex, and what was the third thing? Confidence.
Her confidence.
yeah.
Yeah, which is hilarious, because if you actually like boil that down, that's what women want, not what a man wants.
Yes, so
He was very polite about it.
that's it about this video. I think it is really interesting to see this kind of video, because it make us think about many things that happen in our day-to-day life and are important to have in consideration. So let's continue in the next video analyzing this kind of content, and see you in the next one, guys. Goodbye.